and we have Ryan Mesina on with us. He's going to be talking about Stephen Covey's material, which is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, Ryan, you there? Come on out and take it
Yeah,
over if you please.
thank you. Thanks, Tom. Hello, everyone. We're going to talk about the 7 habits of highly effective people of Stephen Covey. If you're wondering if we have this on site, we have it. It's on 3.3 in the website. You can just search it there and then learn more about it. The 7 habits of highly effective people is very interesting. Habit number one, we've talked about it, be proactive. Number two, begin with the end in mind. And habit number three, this is the habit that we're going to talk about tonight. Put first things first. Habit number four is think win-win. Number five, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Number six is synergize. And number seven, sharpen the saw. We have a visual framework here as well. So this diagram shows a journey from dependence, independence, and interdependence. Um, for the dependence, this is actually the pre-growth stage. Effectiveness is limited because we haven't yet developed personal responsibility yet, but there's nothing wrong with it because it's the baseline from which growth begins. And we can't be truly effective with others unless we're effective with ourselves. We talked about habit number one already, be proactive. Highly proactive people don't just sit and wait for things to happen, but they do something to make things happen. And habit number two, we just discussed this before, to begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. You should know what you want because it's the first step in getting it. Now, the personal fruit, the practical fulfillment, the actualization of habit number one and habit number two is habit number three. Put first things first. If you master these three habits, you're moving from dependence to independence, and you will experience private victory. So that's it. That's the visual framework of the book. Now we're not gonna talk about all the habits here, but we're gonna do one habit per session. So now we'll be talking about habit number three, put first things first. Now I'd like to um, start this by asking you questions here. Question number one, what one thing could you do that if you did it on a regular basis would make a tremendous positive difference in your personal life? Could be about your relationship with your husband, your wife, with your children, with your family or friends. The question number two is similar to it. What one thing in your business or professional life would bring similar results? So, as you consider to the answer for these two questions, I'd like you to try to understand and try to put in perspective the habit number three. It will help you to get more clear answers for these two questions. So, habit number three, put first things first, is the time management habit. It means to put those things first which are more important, or I would say the most important things. The activities that matter most should never be left to the mercy of activities that matter least. Now, I know we're busy. We have so many errands at work, family, and a church and other organizations. We're very busy. And being busy is not tantamount to being productive, by the way. But we tend to make schedule. We try to organize our day and we try to make our checklist, you know, put the things that we need to accomplish on that particular day. Now, but the habit number three teaches us to not prioritize our schedule, but to schedule our priorities. In other words, what comes to the top of our list is the most important, something that's going to bring lasting positive impact in us. Now, we've talked about habit number two before, begin with the end in mind. We identify what we want, the goals that we like. And habit number two, which is the begin with the end in mind, should have already taught us to separate or identify in mind the things that are most important and the things that are not so important or not important at all. Habit number two, begin with the end in mind, helps us to set goals, a clear mission and vision, identify the aspirations that we have, the things that we really like, the destination that we want. And habit number three is scheduling to achieve them. Habit number two teaches us to set our priorities. Habit number three, discipline to take action. Habit number two is actually the first creation. It's the mental creation. We create something in our mind. Habit number three is the second creation, which is the physical creation. So we believe that two things or things are created twice. First, the creation is a mental creation, and then second, the physical creation. So habit number three is actually the second creation. We're making things happen already, which is the first creation. Now, the big thing about habit number three is what Stephen Covey called time management matrix. So this is a time management matrix. We can divide different activities of our lives into four quadrants, depending on their importance and urgency. So when we say importance, it is related to habit number two. That's our mission, the goals, the things that we want to achieve in life. That's the importance. And when we talk about urgency, this is the pressing need for time. Okay. So the first quadrant is a combination of important and urgent. So the important things and then the urgent things that we have to address right away. Quadrant number two are the things that are important, but not urgent. Quadrant number three, the things that are not important, but are urgent. And quadrant number four is a combination of the things that are not important and not urgent. Now, if I were to ask you, which quadrant do you think is the coolest? Probably you're going to answer quadrant number one, and I think that's okay. I'm not going to blame you for that because, we usually do the things that are important and urgent that needs our immediate attention right away. But let's try to talk more about this time management matrix. Let's try to understand it even more. So for quadrant number one, these are actually the activities that will cause us tremendous problem if we did not put attention to them or if we neglected them. So these are the crisis, the things that are deadline-driven activities, the last-minute preparations assignments, firefighting, it's also included there, as well as the corrective activities. And in quadrant number two, important things but not urgent, we have deep relationship building, continuous self-improvement, broad and deep reading, mentoring, and coaching. And to me, working on this quadrant is the key to effectiveness. While quadrant number three, not important things, the things that are not important but urgent, these are the unnecessary calls and interruptions and things like that. And quadrant number four, the combination of the things that are not important and not urgent are the things that, such as extensive and mindless TV watching, casual internet surfing, the things that eat our time away and produce no value at all. I know it's fun to kill the time, but not all the time, because there is a right time for that, right? So if we're going to put it in perspective, quadrant number one, the things that are important and the things that are urgent, these are the things that we do, like paying overdue bills, sudden loss of job, emergency medical expenses, and among others. You try to neglect these things, you'll be in a big trouble. And for Quadrant number two, things that are important but not urgent. Of course, these are the weekly financial planning, building an emergency fund, investing for the long term, and financial education. And quadrant number three, we have the impulse buying, where you perhaps all of us have experienced this before, like when there's a sale, we want to buy right away because we thought there's a 30% sale or discount. And sometimes even if we don't need it, we purchase the product. And sometimes we also buy things due to social pressure. Those are the things that are not important, but we feel that they are very urgent because of the external forces that we experience. And probably one of the things that we like to do, not important things and not urgent as well, is browsing the internet and even mindless browsing of Shopee or Lazada or watching a dancing cat on TikTok. So those things are on quadrant number four. So those are the things that actually consume our time, and we tend to not become productive when we do them. So if you're going to think about this time management matrix here, which quadrant would you like to focus on? Quadrant number one, you want to focus on the things that are important at the same time urgent, or you want to focus on quadrant number two, the things that are important but they're not urgent, meaning to say you have ample time to do them, to learn more and do these things. Or you want to focus on quadrant number three, the things that are not important at all, but you feel like there's an urgency on doing them. Or perhaps you would like to just focus on quadrant number four. You want to do things that are not important and not urgent at all. Now, I asked you two questions earlier. The things that you could do that if you did uh, on a regular basis would make a tremendous, a positive uh, effect in your personal life. So probably um, spending quality time with your family, right? Uh, Probably spending quality time with your spouse, your loved ones. Um, for a professional or business life, um, definitely the things that we're learning here, you hang out with the people who are actually doing it. If you are an entrepreneur and doing what successful people do. That's why, no wonder why we have so many resources on our website coming from the best selling authors and educators and entrepreneurs, because the founder of the foundation is actually leaving out habit number three, putting first things first. And the foundation wants us to experience and witness the tremendous positive difference in our business or professional life if we hang out with people who are doing it and actually doing what successful people do. So these activities, these are, the key to success in time management. Which quadrant do these activities belong to? Now, probably you've answered um, quadrant number two, and that is correct. Okay, if we work on quadrant number two with focus and um, consistency, it's going to minimize the quadrant number one. We're building deep relationship. Um, we're improving ourselves. We're receiving, coaching and mentoring from the people who are doing it, especially from Tom and from other people who are doing it here. So we are going to have fewer crises. We're going to have fewer problems. We're going to have fewer emergencies, right? Because we have been able to address these things before they become urgent, because we've already been doing them, because we know that they are important. So quadrant one we talked about in habit number one, we talked about two things, right? Uh, things to act and things to be acted upon. So if we focus on quadrant number one acts on us while we act on quadrant number two. Now we have to disregard quadrant number three and quadrant number four already. Um, the activities of quadrant number two, which matter the most, should never be placed at the mercy of quadrant number three and quadrant number four. In our foundation here, we're actually being taught to develop these habits. We need to uh, put first things first. Now, if we want to, for example, gain more rewards, and of course, that's not the only mission that we have here, but it's one of them. Um, Try to think about it. How would you apply habit number three on making more money here in the foundation? And as you watch some videos here, we want you to really listen to the videos that you're watching. Do not skip it. Do not use your Android built-in video player to skip the videos. That is not being proactive. That's not beginning with the end in mind. That is not putting first things first. That's actually cheating. And we want to let you know that we know the people who are actually cheating. We have their names. We know exactly who you guys are. And when I say exactly, I really mean it. Like, we have your names. Some people, they are watching videos for just few seconds, videos that are like 1 hour long. And so don't do that. Don't cheat. And if you, on the other hand, if you redeem Buffett box, you try to apply these habits. You have to put first things first. If you, it has been discussed earlier, if you redeem Buffett box, then that's really for your investment account. Don't use it for something else. The purpose of Buffett box is for you to invest that money. Now, if you want to uh, use the money to kind of help other people or things like that, we have other programs that can support you with that. Or in fact, we have, it has been discussed earlier, we have the scholarship box and we have the business box. So we need to know our priorities. And as we put first things first, I think it's gonna um, make a tremendous effect on our lives, not only on our lives, but also with the lives of the people around us as they see the examples that we're setting. So that is actually the habit number three. As you apply habit number one, be proactive. Habit number two, begin with the end in mind. And habit number three, put first things first. You will gain private victory, and you are moving from being dependent to independent, and you are ready to gain public victory. And those are the habits that we're going to talk about in our next sessions. So make a difference, make it happen. Remember that every life, including yours, is precious. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. And thanks for going through this wonderful material.